जय श्री राम। रंजन पांडे जी, कैसे हैं आप?
जय श्री कृष्ण, जय श्री राम। और मैं बहुत सही हूँ, ठीक हूँ, बस आपका
So,
इंतजार कर
so,
रहा था।
so happy to see you here. Today's subject, you are an author of a book. We will go in detail with that. We are going to talk about how the Christian missionaries business of conversion happens. Okay, and attack on Hindu gods. दो तरीका का होता है। हिंदू गॉड्स को अटैक करो एक तरफ से, दूसरा तरफ से पुअर को घुमाने के लिए उनके जैसा रथ यात्रा करो, उत्तराक्ष माला लगाओ, शिव जी का पिक्चर लगाओ, ऐसा होते हैं, राइट? एंड ऑल्सो I want to let the people know that this is Mr. Ranjan Pandey. He is the author of Bagawan, Ram, our Dalit and Hindu Samaj Pustak. Okay, we are so happy to have you here because Ramji is the most attacked. Now they have started with Shuji. That is going to be our next program. But so we will talk about it. But before what is really happening and what are you covering in the book is going to be the subject. Really I want the people to see it, comment it, and share it as much as they can, so that people can get the awareness. And before going further, folks, if you are here for the first time, please like, subscribe the channel, and also we do send one dharmic message every day. You can become a part of it, and by sending +1647964 4790, you can send a WhatsApp and become a part of it. And we also do free Sanskrit class for all the age groups. Anybody can become a part of it. This happens online, and it's a certification course. Okay, now to getting started, let's go to Mr. Ranjan Pandey. Pandey ji, namaste. और ये कैसा अटैक है राम जी को? ये क्या बोलते हैं ये लोग? दलित विरोधी बोलते हैं राम जी को। ये आप क्या देखते हैं इसमें? बताइए, आपका पुस्तक में आप क्या
दीपन जी, ऐसा है कि जैसे सब ऑर्डिनरी सिटीजन जो होता है वो नॉर्मल लाइफ में रहता है, लेकिन मुझे कुछ ऐसा अवसर मिला कि आई केम अक्रॉस सर्टेन पर्सन्स who were motivated politically or something like that.
Right.
And they attacked on Lord Ram. Now, they had their own agenda. Sometimes they were communist, sometimes they were from BAMSEF. And due to various reasons, and also for vote banks, they were doing it. But then when I delved deeply in it, I found that this whole thesis was developed by the Christian missionaries, the colonial Christian missionaries in India. And what they did, that in order to convert people in India, they wanted to gain space. And so they started making all sort of allegations on Lord Ram. Particularly, the first allegation that they put was that he killed a Dalit saint who was worshipping and praying to go to heaven. Physically, he wanted to go to heaven with his body. So what happened, that a Brahmin came to Lord Ram's place and he started crying that my son has died and you have done something which is heinous. So Lord Ram started to search in his kingdom that what wrong is being done. And because the Brahmin son had died, so to give him a life, he found that there was a Saint Shambhu who was worshipping God. Now, he asked him, why are you doing it? He said that I want to go to heaven with his body. Where you cannot go because you are a Dalit, you are a Shudra, and he cut his head. So, but this whole story is concocted because it is in Valmiki Ramayana. Now, in Valmiki Ramayana, in Yuddhakand, Valmiki ji, that is the last chapter of Valmiki Ramayana, in the last stanzas from 111 to 125, he informs that he has finished his work on writing Ramayana. And then he tells that if you read Ramayana, you will be happy, your sons will prosper, you will get wealth, which is the basic features of our religious book, that in the end we tell that what will you get after reading this book. So when Valmiki ji was himself telling that I have completed my work now and my work comes to end, from where does the Uttarkand comes? And this story is in
and
Uttarkand.
and I just want to interfere a little bit on this, okay, for the perspective of the viewers. See, folks, Ramayan, they say it is anti-Dalit, okay. The Christian missionary gang was ganging against Ramayan, claiming so many things, saying anti-Dalit, with which Ranjan Pandey is exposing right now with this book. But one thing they won't say you is the person who wrote, Valmiki himself, was a scheduled tribe. Isn't it true?
So it is in the Yuddha Kand, that is Lanka Kand in Ramcharitmanas, but Valmiki wrote Yuddha Kand, that is the last chapter.
Right.
Now, in the last chapter, that is in Yuddha Kand, he is saying that I have completed my work of Ramayana. I have now written it. And now, if you will read it, you will get heavenly pleasure. You will get kripa of Lord Ram. आपको राम की कृपा मिलेगा. आपको धन धान्य मिलेगा. आपको सुख शांति मिलेगी. जिसको हमारे महात्मा बोलते थे. Whenever you read a Hindu scripture, in the end, they tell that what is the benefit. Now, my point is that when he has given this, that I am completing my book in Yuddhakand, from where does this Uttarkand comes? And that Uttarkand is full, it is haphazard, illogical, with a lot of stories over there. Sometimes it is about a king called Shvetake. He is eating human flesh. Then there is the story of a dog and a Brahmin.
So you mean to say that there are inserts there? That's what we are talking about.
The whole Uttarkand is insertion. So not inserts in Uttarkand. The whole Uttarkand of Valmiki Ramayana is a later fabrication. And this has been done by the missionaries. Because when in India they came, I will like to tell something about the Madras presidency area. There was a missionary called Abu Du Bois, who escaped the French Revolution, came to India, settled in that area for conversion. He did conversion for 30 years. And then he went to Karnataka side. After a few years when he visited, he found that all those people whom he has converted have again adopted to Hinduism. Only few beggars, few lepers who were on the station area of Madras, they were somehow attached to the church, because church used to give them some rice, some food. Because of that, they were only attached, but they were not practicing Christian. That's why they abandoned. Then he said that there is something very strange in this country, that after toiling for 30 years, they have reconverted. What is this? Then he wrote a book, Custom, Manner and Ceremonies of the Hindus, and in that he coined a word that the Hindu religion, unless it is not branded that it is a Brahminical order, and we do not create a dialectics between the Brahmins and rest of the caste, and then fight among the castes, then we cannot rule. So this is the basic mother thesis of divide and rule in this country, coined by the Christians.
Let me ask you a question, okay, Ranjan Pandey. Let me ask you a question. Okay, so what is the main core of your book? Because it's an incredible topic, right? Bhagawan Ram, our Dalit and Hindu Samaj. What is the heart of that book? Can you just give us a gist in a couple of minutes why people have to read it?
So I have wrote this book simply because to make a nation, to make a culture, there should be unity of the people. And because of all these stories, which are interpolation, the basic unity of our country and integrity comes into danger. People, after reading these stories in the Vanvasi tribal area, they become Naxalite, because they think that this whole country is not run by constitution, but is run by a religious coterie of the Brahmins. Now, this is the basic threat to the unity of the people in this country. Unless we are not united, we cannot stand up to all the challenges which are cropping up in the society, and with the challenges from abroad. And instead of developing, we are forced to address such questions. Then there are a lot of, you would have witnessed after British days also, in Madras, people are taking out processions in which they are abusing Hindu gods, particularly Lord Ram. because Lord Ram is the center of our religion. He strengthened the institution of family. He defined the whole institution of family. And the strongest institution of family in the world is the Indian family. And this was a big threat to the Christianity and those people who were working for conversion in this country. I am not blaming all the Christians. Christians have done good work throughout the world. But the colonial Christian who came with the British were a tool for the British Empire, and that tool still exists.
I don't agree the colonial Christians alone, because even now this kind of work is happening in a bigger way.
Yes, and they are in the same mindset of the colony. Britishers are gone, the world is changing, but the church in India is not changed at all. It is using that same old tool that it is for what. Just see what they have done in Nagaland. Now, how can you convince an average Hindu that leave the Hindu religion? By these stories on Lord Ram, on Shiv. You have recently sent a lot of rakas on Lord Shiv for Krishna, but they have basically chosen Lord Ram for such narrations, because Ram is a holistic God in this sense that he truly represents the institution of family, and then he fought a war.
Humbleness, and he connected the whole Bharat and together with all the see, if you can see this picture, see here, Sabari Mata se bair khaye और गुह को पहला पाद चरण का ये दर्शन दिए और पूजा करने का मौका दिए। गुह को वो बोले कि मेरा भाई है, we became five with you, to Guh. Bhagavan Ram says, with you we became five. We were four so far, and we became five with you. And even forgetting about that, he does hug Hanumanji and treats him so specially.
Yes.
So, unless and until you attack Ramji, ये बोलिए मेरा एक सवाल है इधर आपके पास, ये शंभू का कहानी बोलिए, ये 1-2 मिनट में अगर बोल सकते हैं तो ये आपका क्या है?
सर, एक्चुअली क्या है कि शंभू नाम का कोई व्यक्ति हुआ ही नहीं था।
अच्छा।
लेकिन अब इनको एक डायलेक्टिक्स क्रिएट करना था, एक डिबेट क्रिएट करना था, एक कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट करना था। सो दे क्रिएटेड अ फेक सेंट हु वाज ऑफ दलित origin, as they have written that, and he was worshipping God to go to heaven physically without dying. He wanted to go alive to the heaven. Now, what happened that one day when Lord Rama was sitting in his palace, Brahmin came. He was crying with the body of the dead son, and Lakshmanji went to him and said, "Why are you crying?" He said, "My son has died. I want to meet Ram." Ram came to meet him. He said that you say that you are a very religious king. You have established Ramaraj, but something bad is being done by the king himself. So my son has died so young. So you are the responsible. You are responsible for the death of my son. Now it is told that Naraji was there. So Naraji said that, "Lord Ram, you must see that what sin is happening in your, what evil deed is being done in your kingdom." Lord Ram goes on the Pushpak Viman and he travels. He sees on the three sides, east, west, north, nothing bad was happening. But as he goes towards south, he sees a man. He is hanging down and praying to God, chanting some mantra. Lord Ram asks him that, "Why are you doing such a hard penance, such a hard tapasya? Why are you doing?" He said that, "My name is Shambhuk and I want to go to heaven alive, and I am Shudra by birth." And Lord Ram does not ask anything further. He drags out his sword and cuts his head. And the moment he cuts his head, now the story writer said that all the devatas, they come and said that you have stopped this evil. So Lord Ram says, "Now all the devatas, you have come here, alive the son of the Brahmin." They said the moment you have cut his head, he is alive. And they all start rejoicing on the deed of Lord Ram. This is the story. And on basis of this story, the Christian missionaries, the people who oppose Hindu
But-
religion,
but
they
but
say that
but trying to go to the heaven with the body has been always was a endeavor for our people, and you see that with all the Pandavas in Mahabharata. They tried to go through Sorgarohini, and in fact we have done a video there, and I will attach it with this video so for anybody to see it. And in fact 4 of his Dharmaraj's brother dies. They couldn't go, and the dog, okay, forget about Sudra, dog, and Yudhishthir goes to heaven with the body. And in fact, Yudhishthir says, if you don't take the dog, I don't come. Okay?
yes, you're right. Yes.
And I will attach this video. I will request everybody to see that video. Even if it is, this portion is taken out of context, think about it. How the Christian missionary attacks folks. It is an incredible thing. And what will you like to say in the last, as your last word?
There was slight intervention. Lord Ram's father himself went to fight for the Devatas against the demons, alive on his chariot with Mother Keki.
Mm-hmm.
There's the story. He used to go because he was very brave and he was very strong. So Lord is always summoned him to help him in the war. And there's the story. So he used to go there. Naraji used to come here and there with his body. So this story in Uttarakhand was fabricated, the whole Uttarakhand, because after Yuddhakand, Valmiki Ramayana was not written.
Absolutely.
It finishes in the Yuddhakand. From where these stories come. And if you personally see Valmiki Ramayana, you buy it, it's available in the market. After Yuddhakand, you will be surprised to see various stories. There's the story of a king Shvetake who feels hungry in the heaven. He has gone to heaven, he has done good deed, but feels hungry. Then one day, Brahmaji comes to him. He says, everything is very good, but I always feel hungry. He said that because you haven't given anything to the poor, so you have to go on the earth, and there is your dead body floating in the pond, and you eat the flesh of that dead body, and then only you will get salvation again and come here, and then you don't feel hungry. And so it is a very big story. So such now cannibalism. A Hindu king Shvetake, who is in heaven, is being depicted as a cannibal using flesh of the dead body, human body and his own body. This is the
रंजन जी, मुझे और एक सवाल है आपको. ये जो दर्शकों अभी देख रहे हैं, this video, if they want to buy your book, how do they buy it? Is it available on Amazon? How do they buy it?
Sir, it happened that when I wrote this book in the last month of 19, then in 20, Corona came. I wanted to launch this book with fanfare in the market. But then the whole thing was standstill. And now I am planning to launch this book, but already roundabout hand to hand, 400 copies people have taken. And I will like to inform, though I do not want to make it anything political, but for example, Dattatreya Hosbole of RSS has personally got this book and he appreciated it. Then many persons.
But now if somebody wants it, is there a way for them to get this book? How do they get it?
So
okay.
They may contact.
Let me say that to the viewers. Okay, if anybody wants it, folks, you have Bharat Marg. You come under comment in this video or send us a WhatsApp message. You have our number here. +1 647 964 4790, and we will make sure you get the book, because it is very important that we expose this kind of things to the people.
The one thing I can do, that I can send you the books and people may demand it from you. I can send it to Canada.
No worries. No worries. We will take the order, and we will give you the order.
Because
no problem. We will handle it. But thank you very much. And, it is absolutely pleasure talking to you, Mr. Ranjan Pandey. And thank you for your incredible work. You are working hard to wake up the people who are still sleeping. That's what it is. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.